Well, hello there. If you're new here, I'm breaking down the entire I Know What You Did Last Summer television series, episode by episode, with plot summaries and my thoughts on each. Now, these are very spoiler heavy, so if you haven't seen the show and you don't want to know what happens, I suggest you stop now, go back, watch the show, and then come back to enjoy this video. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be looking at I Know What You Did Last Summer, Season 1, Episode 4, titled Hot Shrimp Salad, which dropped on Amazon Prime on October 15th, 2021. At the end of our last video, we had a body count of 4 people and 1 goat. Quick recap of what we know so far. Allison and Lennon are twins. Allison, along with Lennon's friends, hit Lennon in the street, killing her, and now Allison is living as Lennon. That's the big secret, and someone knows it. That someone has been tailing Allison, sending text messages and generally menacing her, and they even killed Johnny and his fiancée, the coach. The killer has Allison's old phone, and they're sending messages to the entire group, and it's stuff that you'd never want to see. Now, the group suspected it could be Dale, the guy that drove by them the night that they accidentally killed Lennon, but that red herring was eliminated at the end of the last episode, when Dale was turned into a blue icy.
Gross.
Now, today's episode starts off with a bang. Literally, because this appears to be the SEX episode. Now, not only do some of the characters start off en flagrante, we also learn that Lennon had an OnlyFans account where she posed as Allison, and that it was a secret. The OG crew didn't even know, and how is that possible? You'd have to figure that if everyone hated Allison as much as they said they did, word would get around town about her side hustle, especially when Lennon is posting videos of her boning down with everyone and their mother pretending to be her sister. It's not that big of a place. So yeah, it's a flashback to Lennon and Margot getting it on. They seem to have an on-again, off-again sort of thing, and we'll find out later on in the series just how one-sided that was. We see some background on their relationship, and Margot appears to have been very much in love with Lennon, but Lennon was just using Margot. And if you've seen the entire series at this point, you know just how prophetic those scenes were. They're also supposed to be teenagers here, which makes this whole thing pretty sus. Again, I suspect they're going for a Euphoria vibe here, and Euphoria was going for a vibe of Harmony Korine's kids movie. But that movie was gross, and this is too.
Gross.
So once that's out of the way, Chief Lila is taking a phone call from the press about the killings. She can't comment related to any suspects, but she doesn't believe that there's a larger safety issue at play here. Then the camera pans out, and Allison's dad is totally going downtown on her.
Oh my.
Naturally, I can't show you that, but I can tell you that whoever wrote this episode was down bad. Anyways, Courtney catches them, and it's very funny. Riley goes to Dylan's place to talk, and she finds the hoodie that they buried Allison in hanging from one of the salt licks. Then she finds Dylan's naked mother. Then she finds a literal horde of naked old people. We're talking boobs, butts, batches, and balls. The whole kit and caboodle.
Damn, son.
Apparently, all the old hippies like to jump into the ocean naked at this time of year. What a strange town this is. Deputy Doug and Lila are having a meeting with the medical examiner regarding Johnny's severed head. This guy did a thorough check of the head for external DNA and prints and all that jazz, but he somehow missed the weird spiders that are running in and out of the ear. So anyway, Allison is waiting in a shed. And this shed has a bunch of hearts carved into the wall with anyone and everyone that Lennon loved, and Allison and Dylan's hearts are crossed out. That's rude. Now she's there because whomever has Allison's phone texted her to meet there. The killer then sends her a screenshot of a Facebook message from a guy named Fred Phillips who warns Lennon to stay away from his family. And the killer is a no-show again, BT dubs. When Allison heads back to her house, she gets the weird feeling that someone is there. And when she gets into her bedroom, there's a note on her pillow that simply says, "I'm here." Allison jerks her head up and she sees movement out in the yard. She runs out to the beach after whoever that was and they're gone. There's no one. Until the nudes appear. That's right, the old nude people are back and they sweep Allison into the ocean. Now this is hilarious until all the nudes go away and Allison is left there floating in the water next to the perfectly preserved dead body of her sister. How is it so perfectly preserved? It's been over a year. Now, in the next scene, they do make reference to the fact that the body still looks fresh. It's not just me who's confused. But they also do confirm that she's been dead for over a year. And with that, red herring number 2 is taken care of. We know the killer isn't the real Lennon. Then Dad goes out to visit Clara the cult lady to discuss Lennon's body. More of this cult nonsense that just muddies the water. Now, Dad knows all about the cult, all about Clara, and all about the fact that she uses honey as some sort of corpse preservative, even though I don't think that it actually works that way. Anyways, we also learn that these two have a secret history that we'll learn more about later. Now, everyone in town is turning their crosshairs on Kelly Craft as the killer. As a reminder, she's the coach's ex who had a fling with Dale. Deputy Doug has some sort of neurodivergent Sherlock Holmes moment with a crime-tracking corkboard while Lila is interrogating Kelly in the other room. We don't learn anything new from her other than she has a cute little kid. Right after this, though, Doug discovers something. Bitcoin payments made from Dale to an OnlyFans account belonging to Allison? And with that, Doug has discovered the secret account that the biggest idiot in town subscribed to but somehow told no one about.
LOL.
So next, the family holds a traditional Hawaiian burial for Allison, really Lennon, and the whole town comes out to pay their respects. It's pretty nice. Everyone is dressed up. So throughout this whole episode, we've been shown examples of Margot being hurt by the real Lennon over and over again in the before times. And now, while they're alone in the diner, Allison as Lennon and Margot have a real moment. Allison apologizes for her, really her sister's, past behavior and they kiss. And this might be one of the most important moments in the whole series for setting up the ending. Now, we're in the last 3 minutes of the episode, so something is bound to happen, right? And it does. While the whole town is on the beach, listening to the funeral music and watching Allison's memory float out to sea, the OG crew get a text. The text says, "I'm still here," in all caps. And then they hear Courtney scream off in the distance. Courtney has discovered 2 bodies. One is the poor old cook that works at the diner. And number 2 is Deputy Doug. I guess he was onto something. Anyways, Courtney ends the episode with the best line ever. "I'm not cleaning it up." Well, we're at the end of this episode, so how's the body count looking? We are up to 6 people and 1 goat. Rip Deputy Doug, we barely knew you. We're 2 red herrings down, and someone who got a little too close was eliminated. While this episode was a little bit yuck to start, I think that was necessary to properly set up the ending. Again, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I also still think the cult angle was completely unnecessary and just confuses things. At this point of the story, I'm still empathetic to Allison. I felt like she's a good person, put into a bad situation caused by bad decisions. Riley and Courtney are probably the coolest ones on the show. Everyone else can get bent.
What?
We're only at the halfway point, and this small town has already seen a 600% uptick in their murder rate for the year. I rate this episode a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and please join me for my next episode where I break down the I Know What You Did Last Summer television series. As always, you can click the subscribe button at the bottom of this video to subscribe to my channel. It takes you 1 second, costs you $0. You can subscribe to as many people as you want. Once you've done that, you can see all the crazy stuff that I get up to on my channel. Don't forget to like and leave a comment as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.